Good evening, everyone. I'm Melissa Wilson. Welcome to our special Defeating Type 2 Diabetes. With type 2 diabetes, the body either does not produce enough insulin or the cells ignore the insulin. Every 20 seconds, someone is diagnosed with the disease. That's why Fox 26 devoted the entire month of March to bring you the latest information about it. We begin with a drastic lifestyle change to help defeat the disease. Many of our viewers were either fed up with taking medications and insulin, or they were afraid of one day getting the disease. Feeling there was nowhere to turn, about 50 of our viewers took a major step. They joined a diabetes nutritional boot camp under the care of cardiologist Dr. Baxter Montgomery.
I first heard about it on Channel 26, and I'm just tired of taking medication and tired of feeling run down and sick.
Marcos Castillo is one of the so-called boot campers and one of 5 we'll be following throughout this program. He's starting a special diet that allows many type 2 diabetics to toss out their insulin.
There's considerable data that actually shows the benefit of a plant-based diet in reversing diseases such as type 2 diabetes and heart disease.
That means Marcos is eating mostly raw vegetables, fruits, and drinking raw juice and water. No meat or dairy products and no processed foods of any kind. Claudette Jones-Starling has not been diagnosed with diabetes but wants to prevent it. She also wants to stop taking medication for high blood pressure.
It's going to be totally different, and I've made up my mind. I'm looking forward to it because this is for me.
A mother-daughter team is even on board. They also want to prevent diabetes. They're terribly concerned about their health after the young woman's dad unexpectedly died from heart disease.
I thought, why not do it together? So she's in college, but she's still living at home, so I thought it would be easier if we did it together.
I think it's really helpful because we can give each other feedback on what to eat and what not to eat.
Sable also hopes to be a good example for her fellow college students. So who's going to be the cook in the family? No questions there.
No.
So you're going to be the cook.
I'm going to be the cook. We're going to let her focus on school.
And I'm going to eat everything.
The final boot camper we're following is Eusebia Avalos. She was diagnosed with diabetes a year ago and wants to quit taking diabetes and blood pressure medications.
I could just see myself getting worse and worse, and I don't want to get to having to take shots. So, because I was feeling pretty bad.
Eusebia realizes it's a major change, but she's ready.
It's going to be my lifestyle. I have to.
So how can eating differently lead to getting off a lot of medications and defeating type 2 diabetes?
What you eat has a big impact on your life and your health.
Dr. Montgomery says the old saying, "You are what you eat," is true.
Nutrition should be the foundation of health care, should be the foundation of intervention into any type of illness that someone has.
Now these patients are making it their foundation for a healthier future through the 4-week boot camp. Each of them hopes to carry on their new changes for life. We will see how they do. Marcos Castillo has spent 4 weeks making major lifestyle changes under the care of Dr. Baxter Montgomery. When he joined Dr. Montgomery's diabetes boot camp, he wanted to defeat type 2 diabetes, get off of insulin, and get his heart disease under control.
When you have 2 stents in your heart on these medication and you're always feeling miserable, you have to make a change. You have to do something, whatever it takes. And I'm glad I did. I feel a lot better.
Patients in the boot camp were only allowed to eat fresh organic fruits and vegetables, lots of water and juice, no meat or dairy products, and no processed foods. Castillo's results are shocking.
I'm going from a size 44 pants to a size 38, and in fact these 38s I may need to go smaller.
He's down from 11 medications to only 2 and has lost 30 pounds. He says saving so much money from fewer medications makes it easier to afford organic products. No more insulin shots either. He's thrilled about that. Eltonette and Sable are a mother-daughter team. They wanted to prevent diabetes and live a healthier lifestyle after Sable's dad died at a young age of heart disease.
The results have been, I think, people coming back to me saying, "Oh my God, what are you doing? What are you doing?" Because I lost 18 pounds. in that 4 weeks.
Eltonette has not reached her goal of getting off her medication for high blood pressure, but she's making progress.
I went from 40 milligrams to 20, so it's still a step in the right direction because I still have more to go.
Sable has managed to lose 7 pounds throughout the 4-week boot camp.
I had gotten recently fit in some jeans that I hardly ever wore, and actually they fit pretty good.
And these ladies aren't stopping now.
My goal from here is to try to stay healthy and to try to lose a few more pounds, to try to get in shape.
We are going to try to keep to the lifestyle as much as we can.
These changes are pretty drastic changes in the setting of medication reduction and cost savings somewhere on the order of about $200 to about $1,200 or $1,400 a month for patients that they've reported.
Dr. Montgomery says all 3 patients have also lowered their blood pressure, improved their heart function, and reduced their body mass index, all because of their month-long dedication to defeat diabetes.
All right, go, Lana. Go, good girl.
Eusebia Avalos spends a lot of time with her grandchildren. She wants to be around to watch them grow up and to keep up with them, especially her youngest one.
I provide daycare for her, and it was getting difficult to get down on the carpet. I mean, I'm talking just get on the carpet to play with her or even to pick up items.
That's because only a few months ago, Eusebia was suffering from leg pain caused by complications from type 2 diabetes. That wasn't her only problem.
I was on 3 medications, the diabetes, high blood pressure, and cholesterol. And so I'm off of all of them. I'm not taking anything. And I feel great. I do.
She lost 13 pounds and her blood pressure has dropped almost 30 points. She learned how to change her diet through Dr. Baxter Montgomery's nutritional boot camp. Dr. Montgomery says research shows eating only fresh fruits and veggies, no meat or dairy products, and no processed foods can reverse type 2 diabetes and heart disease, which often go hand in hand.
Hi, sweetie.
Hi, Nana.
How are you?
Good.
Eusebia says her new lifestyle is also saving her money. She no longer has to buy those 3 medications, and she doesn't spend $30 a week on gourmet coffee anymore. She buys organic foods now, but says her overall bills are still much less. This was more than just a 4-week program for Eusebia.
I plan to make this life change for the rest of my life. You know, I don't know how long I'm going to be here on this earth, but I would like to make the best of what I have, and that's starting with health, eating healthy.
Cardiologist Dr. Montgomery says this lifestyle change is usually difficult the first week, but something interesting happens after a few short weeks.
Their biochemistry changes, their taste buds change, and their outlook on foods change, and their outlook on how they should treat themselves change. Hey, how are you doing?
Claudette Jones-Starling couldn't agree more. She wanted to prevent diabetes and heart disease.
The main goal was to get off of hypertension medication. And immediately I was able to come off of it. And I've been able to not get back on it. And so that was just the blessing all the way around.
She lost 11 pounds during the 4-week program.
I'm doing great. I feel a whole lot better than I did before I started. And it's just been a wonderful journey, really.
Before she started, Claudette's biggest complaint was a feeling of exhaustion. But those days are over now.
I have more energy now than I did before I started.
Claudette is still carrying on the program on her own.
I'll probably modify it, as I go on, but I do plan on staying as close to it as possible.
Both Claudette and Eusebia met their every goal in 4 weeks. They say knowledge of how to treat your body is powerful, and they hope others will learn from them and take steps to also defeat type 2 diabetes.